Chat, can y'all hear me? Chat. Chat. Ah, yeah, y'all can hear me. Y'all for sure can hear me. What my connection talking about? Is my connection good? Live at Starbucks.
Ready for bed.
Chat was good. What good, chat? If y'all tapped in, say something in the chat. Say what's up in the chat. I just want all y'all to know it's never too late in life, and you can always win. You know what I'm saying? Get you a plan, put the plan together, and execute your plan, bro. Everything started as an idea. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Everything started as an idea. Life creation started as an idea. Flood ones in the chat if y'all understand where I'm coming from. Can y'all hear me good? Damn, connection bad. Y'all said connection bad. We ain't got no trolls in here today. No trolls today. That's good. But yeah, I just want to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's never too late to win. Never count yourself out. Never count yourself out. It's never too late to win. You know what I'm saying? If you got an idea, don't give up on your idea, man. And I'm sipping, you know what I'm saying, strawberry lemonade. Strawberry or Kai. Strawberry or Kai, man. Kai. What's good, B Lee? What's good? LA. Shout out LA. I was just in LA about a month ago. About a month ago, I was just in LA. Well, honestly, I was in Long Beach. What part of LA you from? What part of LA you from, brother? And subscribe for me. Y'all subscribe for me. I'm trying to get my subscribers to 500. I'm trying to get my subscribers to 500. I got my book right now. BH. What's BH? The Celestine Prophecy book by James Redfield, an adventure. It's a great book too. It's a great book. BH. What's BH? I'm trying to think. BH. Burbank. Beverly Hills. Okay, shout out Beverly Hills. I should have knew that. Oh, you must be getting money. You must come from money, Beverly Hills. Y'all rich in Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is so nice. Beverly Hills is very nice. If I lived in LA, I'd probably pick somewhere like Long Beach. Cool. I like Long Beach. I've been to LA twice, and I stayed in Long Beach both times. Venice Beach, cool. The Venice Canal, cool too. The Venice Canal, I like the Venice Canal. Beverly Hills, where the hot women fall from palm trees. Okay then, I need to stay in Beverly Hills. Next time I come to LA, I'm gonna visit. I'm gonna stay in Beverly Hills. Hotel, find me a hotel or something in Beverly. Go catch a Laker game, you know. I'm gonna do that when I level up, you know what I'm saying, get my bread up. Subscribe for me though. I rock with you, Beverly Hills. Long Beach has some good and bad parts. LaGuardia Beach. Where's LaGuardia? I ain't never been to LaGuardia Beach. But I wouldn't move to Cali unless I really just. Nah, Cali would be like vacation for me. It's too high, taxes too high. You know what I'm saying? The sunshine tax is too high. The lifestyle tax is too high. It's too much for me. They've been telling me this. My brother been telling me when I see a you know what I'm saying, a bullshit comment to not reread it. So every time somebody comment some BS, I'm practicing. You know what I'm saying, not reading it. So If you want to chat and I ignore your comment, it's probably because you said some bullshit. Yeah, it's probably because you said something stupid. Yeah, California is super expensive. Which it shouldn't be. Facts. Ignore trolls. Don't respond. Facts. I mess with you, Ziggy. Did I say her name right? Ziggy. I'm working on that. I'm working on ignoring the trolls. I'm working on ignoring trolls, bro. Never give trolls your time or energy. How old, Ziggy? How old you is? You very, you know what I'm saying? You mature. I can see that you mature and you know what I'm saying? You smart. Ziggy, yeah. Ziggy, you mature and you smart. I like you, bro. Yep. I went to the gym this morning at like 6 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Got me a good lift in. I'm gonna read some of this book though. Y'all keep talking in the chat, you know. I'm gonna read some of this book. I'm 58. I seen a lot in life. Wasted energy is the first thing every man needs to learn to avoid. Amen. Amen. I agree. If you could give me 2 ways to, you know what I'm saying, avoid wasting energy, what's the 2 ways? What's the 2 ways you would say? And if you could give your 22, you know what I'm saying, 20-year-old self some advice, what's some advice you would give your 20-year-old self? I think I finished this first. I read this first. Why is your name Bubba for E? Because my name is Bubba and 4E means forever. So, you know, it was just cool. It was just cool to put in my name 4E. Forever. I'm gonna forever be myself, you know. That's the only person I could be. Only person I could be is myself. Only person you could be is yourself, you know. So forever, bruh, forever me. There's nothing deep. There's nothing, you know. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing deep. 20 years old. Learn to research everything: people, places, cars, computers, anything, especially a woman you date. Well, okay. Learn to research everything: people, places, cars, computers. Okay. I like that one. I like that one. Learn to research everything. When you say research, you mean like ask the right questions or like find out about this stuff. You saying like research? What you mean? What you mean by research? Because I wanna take this information to heart. After a frenzy of packing, he said, "Don't follow trends that waste money. Take care of your health. You only have one body." Absolutely. Don't follow trends that waste money. Okay. Take care of your health. Always. Only have one body. Facts. He said, have fun in life because you only have one life. Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. You do only have one life, and it's not all about fun. But yeah, do what make you happy. I would say, you only have one life, so do what makes you happy. Because life is not about fun every day. You're not gonna have fun every day in the real world. So you know, do what make you happy and what fulfills you. That's how I feel. Only do what. Can y'all hear all the cars around me? Like all the workers. So I can make it fun, and fun is what make me happy. So yeah, for sure, for sure. How old are you, Max? Happy Maxie. Gotta be a kid. You under 15 for sure. You under 15. You under 16 for sure. I could tell. I could definitely tell. I always have short-term and long-term goals. Perseverance, determination, focus, and be self-sufficient. I need to write these down. You might, you know what I'm saying? You speaking. You speaking, man. Never have regrets. I like that one too. Never have regrets. Let me sit up. Never have regrets. Yeah. That's a big one. Never have regrets, and that's kind of hard too because I be overthinking sometimes. I do be overthinking sometimes. But yeah, short term, long term goals. I do always have short term and long term goals. Perseverance, determination, focus, self sufficiency. I'm gonna make sure you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Take heed to those. What do you do? What do you do for work, Ziggy, Mr. Ziggy? I gotta start calling you Mr. What do you do for work, Mr. Ziggy? Because you giving me some great advice, and I appreciate you a lot for that advice you giving me. And I don't know if y'all know, just you know what I'm saying, so I can go on y'all a little background. I'm 22. I just graduated college this year. I just graduated college this year, and I graduated college in finance. But you know, I'm gonna work in finance. But content creation and you know what I'm saying, connecting with people online and in this world is my passion and one of my aspirations in life. And I feel like that's my personal legend, you know, so that's something that I'm pursuing. Also, I want to be a development coach for different, you know what I'm saying, youth who also want to aspire to be, you know what I'm saying, content creators and artists. You know what I'm saying, whether it be music, art, you know what I'm saying, whatever kind of art they like, acting. And yeah, man. What's going on, Isaac? How you been, man? Yeah, let's just give y'all, some of the new people, some context of my background. He said regret is allowed, but you move on and learn from mistakes. Facts. Just like in sports, experience is past mistakes that won't happen in the future. Facts. That's what I gotta work on too. You can't, like you said, you gotta learn from the past mistakes. You can't fall for the same traps. And I think God purposely sends us the same traps to see if we gon', you know what I'm saying, fall for it. He see if we gon' fall for the same traps that he give us on and on and on. See you again. See you later, Max. Like, you know what I'm saying, like the stream and subscribe. Like the stream and subscribe before you go. But yeah, I think God purposely give us the same tests over and over until we pass those tests throughout life, you know. Yeah. And always keep y'all a book with y'all. Like, if you young, keep you a book with you. It's a good conversation starter. Older people love seeing young people with, you know what I'm saying, with books and stuff. That's one of my tricks. I give y'all a lot of tricks, you know what I'm saying. I like to talk to older people. People, not even just older people, people who matter. People out here who matter, see you moving and grooving, see you doing your thing. You gotta figure out ways to look important, because, you know what I'm saying, your first impression is your lasting impression. So I try to always, you know what I'm saying, I learned that in college. I learned how to blend in, and I learned how to look the part being in college. I keep a book close by. I keep my camera. A lot of people love to talk when they see the camera. People love to talk about what you doing, you know what I'm saying? People get intrigued. I keep a camera. I make sure, you know, right now my hair wild. But I make sure I keep a nice clean haircut. Make sure I got some good smell good on. You know what I'm saying? He said, and I meant never regret anything that happens because it happened for a good reason. Something will happen better. Facts. I agree. The Bible has a lot of wisdom. Extremely useful for implementing the tools in the Bible to live a life with no hate or disappointment. Facts, I agree. The Bible is, you know what I'm saying, great instruction on a way to live your life. A lot of game, a lot of wisdom in the Bible too. Like Proverbs is one of my favorite books in the Bible, Proverbs, because it gives a lot of wisdom. Every young man needs to find God, you know? Find God, whoever your God is, but I know who my God is, but I'd say that, you know, everybody needs to find God and find their purpose. I'm still searching for my true, you know what I'm saying, purpose. Trying to use my gifts and talents to my advantage. Amen. Jesus is love. Yeah, Jesus is love. Facts. Jesus is love. I think about that all the time. About just the world, bro. The world. God created all of this. Mountains and valleys and oceans and deserts and just all type of stuff. All type of different stuff, bro. What's going on? 56 drums. 56 drums. Like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? For me. How y'all doing today? It's a beautiful day outside. It's cloudy, but the temperature is nice out here. And I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. Oh yeah, shout out my school too. We going to the Sweet 16, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Tennessee Vols men's. We going to the Sweet 16. 56 drums. Where you from? 56 drums. It is a beautiful day, facts, yeah. I had to go outside today. Just chill with y'all. I ain't gonna stay too long today, but I think I'm gonna start doing these while it starts to get, you know what I'm saying, more warm outside. Oh yeah, I want to tell y'all about this book I just finished. It's called The Alchemist. I finished that book like two days ago. The Alchemist book, and it was just about, you know, your personal legend and your dreams and how all of that aligns together, you know what I'm saying, with everything you do every day. If you follow your dream, follow the plan, you know what I'm saying, that God truly has for your life, you will find everything you need along the way. So if God give you a dream, dreams, if you look in the Bible, it says in the Bible, God gives dreams to young men, and old men will see visions. As a young man, if you get a dream, do not let that dream die. Don't let nobody in the world try to kill your dreams. You hear me? Don't let nobody in the world, as a young man, try to kill your dreams. Because dreams don't happen overnight. That's what the book is telling me. Dreams don't happen overnight, and you don't know where they will lead you to. But in the book, it started off, he was laying down. I'm going to skip through real quick. When it started off, he was a shepherd, and he was laying down in an abandoned church that had the roof was missing on the church. He was looking into the stars, and he got a dream in that church about a treasure at the pyramids. So fast forward, he sold his sheep. Memphis is nice. My mom met Elvis in 1958. Oh yeah. Shout out mom, shout out Elvis. Yeah, I like Elvis. I actually went to school on Elvis Presley Boulevard, Whitehaven High School. If you look it up, Graceland, where Elvis house is like on the same street as my high school. So if you look up Whitehaven High School, you will see that it's on Elvis Presley Boulevard, and it's like 10 minutes from Graceland. But yeah, back to the story. So he had the dream of the treasure. He sold his sheep and went on to, you know what I'm saying, sit on his path and chasing his dreams, looking for the treasure. On the way to the dream, he met so many people that he didn't know he would meet on the route to the dream. So many people that helped him out, gave him wisdom, gave him game, you know what I'm saying, friends. He went through ups and downs. He got robbed, all type of stuff, right? Then he met an alchemist, which is the name of the book. The alchemist is the one who coached him through the entire process of making his dream tangible, bringing his dream to life. And they had to cross the desert to get to the pyramids. So when he finally crossed the desert and got to the pyramid, he started to get in tune with himself and talk to God. And God was in his heart. And he said that, you know what I'm saying, he didn't know what love was until he found God. And God was love, and God was in his heart the whole time. So, God, I'm skipping through the book. I can give y'all a whole rundown of it, but I don't want to be too boring. So, when he finally got to the pyramids, he seen them, and they were so beautiful that he broke down and cried. And he got God talked to him and told him that his treasure will be where his tears lay. And so he looked down and looked at his tears and started digging and digging and digging and digging. And he dug so far that he was inside of a, you know what I'm saying, he was inside of a hole. And he was in the desert, remind you, so the wind was blowing and blowing sand all over. He had to redig stuff. The wind was blowing sand into his place where he was, you know what I'm saying, digging. And then two men came across to him, and he couldn't see their face. So these two men beat him up and robbed him, and asked him, like, they kept interrogating him, asking him why was he digging, what was he looking for. So he ended up telling them he was looking for a treasure. And the two men laughed at him and told him that the two men laughed at him, and one of the men they took all the little gold that he had left. One of the men told him that when he was his age, he had a dream too, that he would find a treasure. And y'all know where the man said his treasure was? It was in the same place where the book started. The treasure what the man said where his treasure was in his dream, not the boy. The man said that God showed him a vision that his treasure would be um, under some flower in a abandoned church where shepherds sleep. And if you remember where the book was when I started, he was a shepherd sleeping in an abandoned church. So then he cried again, and he started screaming because he knew where the treasure was. The treasure wasn't, you know what I'm saying, exactly where his tears were in the ground. They was where, you know what I'm saying, the person was where his tears were. You know what I'm saying? Everything correlated. So if he wouldn't have got beat up by that man and robbed by that man, he wouldn't have found the treasure. So he went back to the same abandoned church where it started and digged where that flower was at and found all the treasure. And I don't know why you know what I'm saying, went through all of that. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, what I got from it is follow your dream. You never know where it's going to take you. It's going to be ups, it's going to be downs, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to take 2 steps back to take 10 steps forward. Because I done had a lot of setbacks in my life over time. You know what I'm saying? College, I was on my high horse in college. Then when I came back home after I graduated, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't find employment like I wanted to. So I had to be patient, trust God's plan, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still trusting God's plan. And I know He got the perfect thing for us, bro. Like, there's no reason to worry because our life was already written in God's hand. God already wrote the story of our life. And that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that God, you know what I'm saying, wrote the story of my life before I was already here. He knew me. He knew my name. So I'm just going to keep the fire inside of me, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Keep recording content. Keep connecting with the people. Like, I like talking to y'all. I like connecting with the people. I like connecting with the people. Stories equal more knowledge to build your character. Remember, before the written language, humans told stories to learn about life. Wow. True. It's true. That's true. Hieroglyphics, that was nothing but storytelling. Storytelling is the way of life. Stories is the universal. You know what I'm saying? That's the universal language. Stories. Art. You know what I'm saying? We all struggle. We all got some sort of struggle that we can relate to. And, you know, hip-hop was the soundtrack to my struggle. You know, hip-hop got me through a lot. Rap got me through a lot. I'm just glad that I listened to the right stuff and the right people, and I had a mind of my own. Because growing up can be hard in the inner city. A lot of people get tricked out their spot. They don't make it this far, you know what I'm saying? I got some friends from when I was younger. I got some friends I grew up with who not here today. And I'm only 22. You know how crazy that sounds? To grow up with somebody and they not walk this earth with you at 22. That's crazy. That's wild. It's really wild. That's wild. I went through my hip hop rap phase in my 80s, 90s, and stuff. Yeah, I don't like angry rap. I like motivational. I'm gonna let these cars pass. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but yeah, I don't like angry Jill rap. I like, you know what I'm saying, motivational. I like a message. Like, what's his name? Nipsey Hussle. He from LA. I don't know if you heard of him, Ziggy. But Nipsey Hussle, yeah, he motivated me a lot. Money Man motivated me a lot. I like to listen to people who, cause in college I hustled a lot. In college, I hustled my way through college. I had to pay for a lot of stuff. I had to pay my way through college, and you know what I'm saying? It was a market for it, so I sold what I had to sell. You know, everybody know colleges. You know, everybody do drugs on college, so I did what I had to do. You know, I found the market and I cornered that market. But I like to listen to Nipsey Hussle, Money Man, because he said Grandmaster Flash was my guru, LL Cool J. I like LL Cool J. I never heard of Young MC. But what I was saying, yeah, the everyday hustler. Like I like Jay-Z. I like Jay-Z, Nipsey, Money Man, stuff like that. Babyface Ray. Like I listen to older, more mature artists. He said, Lamar Jackson, is that you? Nah, you crazy. Not you again. But nah. Yeah, I like to listen to the everyday hustler because in America, I feel like anybody who get up every day and go to work is a hustler. We try to just talk about hustle from a street point of view. Streets is not the only hustlers. Like, it's corporate hustlers. Anybody who get up every day and go to work is a hustler, in my eyes. Hustler is just doing what you gotta do. Working hard, providing for your family. You know what I'm saying, getting up on the days that you're tired. It go back to what you said earlier when you said, what he say? Persistence and self-sufficiency. That's what a hustler is. It's just somebody who's persistent in life, because life gon', you know what I'm saying, life gon' ruffle your feathers for sure. Life gon' knock you down, gon' push you, gon' twist you, you know what I'm saying? Life gon' flip you, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean. Life get hard. So I feel like the everyday hustler is people like us, people like y'all, who get up every day and don't quit, you know what I'm saying? Who stay consistent, who don't give up, who figure stuff out. You gotta figure stuff out. You gotta figure shit out in this life, in this day and age. You gotta figure stuff out. The sun coming out now. I gotta head out. Good talking to you. Stay focused. Appreciate you, Ziggy. Hey, subscribe, Ziggy, because I want to talk to you again. Even if it's 2-3 months from now, I want to hear from you again. Well, have a great day, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that talk. Appreciate that advice you gave me. Stay focused, perseverance, focus, determination, and sure will. Facts. keep pushing. I gotta start back being consistent too. I need to make, you know what I'm saying? I need to go live every day. At least once a day. I've been live twice this week. Well, twice today. So I feel accomplished today. I ate clean this morning. Ate me some oatmeal with granola and honey. No sugar, no milk, you know what I'm saying? And then some scrambled eggs on the side. That was fire. That was fire. So now I'm gonna have to keep it up. I'm trying to get a 6-pack by the summer. Or at least, you know what I'm saying, have my shirt off. I'm trying to have my shirt off this summer. Last year was the closest I ever was to having my shirt off. So I feel like I could do it this summer. Yeah, man. What else y'all want to talk about? Cause we, you know what I'm saying, we hit 100. Where my lemonade going? See how many subs we at. 213. Okay, we got 2 new subs today. 2 is good, but you know, we could do more. We could do more, you know. Shout out to Money. Who was Money? Beely. Shout out Beely. So you need an effortless YouTube channel. Chat, talk to me, chat. salmon. First insight and idea of a cultural transformation seemed fanciful and unrealistic. And as I thought about it, the concept of a second insight seemed just as unlikely. How could a new historical perspective institute our perception of these coincidences and keep them conscious in the public mind? I stretched out further and took a deep breath. Maybe it will be a useless trip, I concluded. Just a quick run to Peru and back. A waste of money perhaps, but no real harm done. The plane jerked forward and taxied out to the runway. I closed my eyes and felt a mild dizziness as the big jet reached critical speed and drifted into a thick cloud cover. When we reached cruising altitude, I finally relaxed and drifted asleep. 30 or 40 minutes later, a stretch of turbulence woke me up, and I decided to go to the restroom. As I made my way through the lounge area, I noticed a tall man with round glasses standing near the window, talking to a flight attendant. He glanced at me briefly, then continued speaking. He had dark brown hair and appeared to be about 45 years old. For an instant, I thought I recognized him. But after looking at his features closely, I concluded he was no one I knew. As I walked past, I could hear part of the conversation. "Thanks anyway," the man said. "I just thought since you traveled to Peru so often that perhaps you had heard something about the manuscript." He turned away and walked toward the front. I was dumbstruck. Was he speaking about the same manuscript? I walked into the restroom and tried to decide what to do. Part of me wanted to forget about it. Probably he was talking about something else, some other book. I returned to my seat, closed my eyes again, intent to write off the incident. I'm glad I didn't have to ask the man what he meant. But as I sat there, I thought about the excitement I had felt at the lake. What if this man actually had information about the manuscript? What might happen then? If I didn't inquire, I would never know. I wavered several more times in my head, then finally stood up and walked toward the front of the plane. Finding him about midway up the aisle, directly behind him was an empty seat. I walked back and told the attendant I wanted to move, then gathered my things and took the seat. After a few minutes, I tapped him on the shoulder. "Excuse me," I said, "I heard you mention a manuscript. Were you speaking of the one found in Peru?" He looked surprised, then cautious. "Yes, I was," he said tentatively. I introduced myself and explained that a friend had been in Peru recently and had informed me of the manuscript's existence. He was visibly relaxed and introduced himself as we spoke. I noticed a look of irritation coming from the gentleman sitting next to me. He had leaned back in the seat and was attempting to go to sleep. "Have you seen the manuscript?" I asked the professor. "Parts of it," he said. "Have you?" "No, but my friend told me about the first insight." The man beside me changed his position. Dobson looked his way. "Excuse me, I know we're disturbing you. Would it be too much trouble for you to exchange seats with me?" "No," the man said. "That would be preferable. Then I stepped into the aisle and then I slid back into the window seat and Dobson sat beside me. "Tell me what you heard concerning the first insight," Dobson said. I paused for a moment, trying to sum up in my mind what I understood. "I guess the first insight is an awareness of the mysterious occurrence that changed one's life, the feeling that some other process is operating." I felt absurd as I said it. Dobson picked up on my discomfort. "What do you think of that insight?" he asked. "I don't know," I said. "It doesn't quite fit with our modern day common sense, does it? Wouldn't you feel better dismissing the whole idea and getting back to thinking about practical matters?" I laughed and nodded affirmatively. "Well, that's everyone's tendency, even though we occasionally have the clear insight that something more is going on in life. Our habitual way of thinking it is to consider such ideas unknowable and then to shrug off the awareness altogether. That's why the second insight is necessary. Once we see the historical background to our awareness, it seems more valid." I nodded. "Then, as a historian, you think the manuscript's prediction of a global transformation is accurate?" "Yes." "As a historian?" "Yes, but you have to look at history in the correct way." He took a deep breath. "Believe me, I say this as one who has spent a lot of years studying and teaching history in the wrong way. I used to focus solely on the technological, that was a difficult pronunciation. I used to focus solely on the technological accomplishments of civilization and the great men who brought about this process. What's wrong with that approach? Nothing as far as it goes. But what's really important in the world What's really important is the worldview of each historical period, what the people were feeling and thinking. It took me a long time to understand that. History is supposed to provide knowledge of the longer context within which our lives take place. History is not just the evolution of technology. It is the evolution of thought. By understanding the reality of the people who came before us, we can see why we look at the world the way we do, and what our contribution is toward furthering, progress. We can pinpoint where we come in, so to speak, in a longer development of civilization, and that gives us a sense of where we are going. We pause, then added. The effect of the second insight is to provide exactly this kind of perspective, at least from the point of view of Western thought. It places the manuscript's predictions in another context that makes them seem not only plausible but inevitable.